Now joining us here on CSL, it's a walking legend, Charlotte's own, the Prince of Queen City. It's Muggsy Bogues. Muggsy, how you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing excellent after that great introduction.
I hope your check's in the mail.
It's coming.
All right, so tell me about this celebrity golf tournament. I hear it's the biggest thing since the Masters going on in Charlotte. It's at TPC Piper Glen, August 30th. Is that true? Is it a bigger deal than the Masters?
Well, I don't know if it's bigger than the Masters, but it's going to be exciting. It's for a great cause as well. And then we have some good friends that's going to come out there help me with my cause. And just having the opportunity. This is our third annual golf event we're putting on. It's one of our signature fundraisers that we have during the year. And we just thankful, considering with all that's happening with COVID, that we're able to put it on.
And it is a fundraiser. So what does this go to?
It goes to the Muggsy Bogues Family Foundation, which our mission is helping struggling families and give them opportunity to understand more opportunity, more stability economically, as well as being able to get job training and so forth. And we also have scholarship program, which we partner with CPCC. They oversee our scholarship program. We cater to the trade enrolled students, and they kind of oversee our scholarship where they administer to the eligible enrolled student that's get that scholarship. So we're just grateful to have those type of partnerships. And with the food insecurities in our society today, we're just grateful that we're in this position to try to get back to some of the struggling families.
Love seeing guys that played here stay here and continue to help in the community. Muggsy, that's absolutely awesome. But let's talk about some ball now. What do you see in the Hornets, what they've done in the offseason? You like the Kelly Oubre signing. What are your thoughts with these boys?
Well, I like what the Hornets have done. I think they're really putting together a team that they believe that they can kind of bring a core, a group together that can be with each other for quite some time. With the Oubre signing, hopefully Haywood can stay healthy this year. With the addition with Boot Knights and Jones, those two young, exciting players. And with the other guys coming back, with Terry Rozier being brought back and Miles Bridges, another year on his belt, as well as P.J. Washington. I'm just looking forward to seeing this team. This is going to be electrifying. I think with Melo's second year, he really understands his game. And I think he has a really strong way of trying to put this franchise on his back.
And LaMelo Ball has, put a spotlight on Charlotte. Do you like seeing Charlotte in the national NBA news right now?
Absolutely. I mean, that's where we belong. And the type of players that we're starting to acquire brings on that type of attention. Melo, he's a national type of player. He's well known around the world. He's got an opportunity to play professionally overseas already. So he's been given that opportunity to be seen on a big stage. And also with Miles Bridges, his electrifying dunks that he put on night in and night out really brings some excitement. It reminds you back of the LJ days, when we had him back here in Charlotte.
You mentioned the LJ days. Those were my days in the NBA. I love that level and that style of basketball. What's the biggest shift? Not necessarily from a playing standpoint. I think the three-pointer is the biggest thing that's changed on the court. But what have you seen from a culture? What makes these guys different than when you guys were playing?
What's the skill set? I mean, you look at now guys that's 7 foot tall that's bringing the basketball up and shooting the ball pretty effectively behind that 3-ball line. And our, a 7-footer or even a 6'9", they was playing with their back towards the basket. So the skill set has changed. Guys have really took their games to another level. And I think the NBA just capturing it all, just allowing these guys to take advantage of their skill set. We got a guy that grew up right here in our neighborhood in Charlotte, who's kind of revolutionized the game. Shooting the ball from half court where we thought that was a bad shot. And here it is with him. It's a good shot. So that's where the game has come, and you got to enjoy it. There's a lot scoring, not as much defense, but it's a lot scoring. I think it's exciting for fans.
Yeah, it feels like the era of basketball that you played in was just really immortalized. That's the way that I remember it, too. And I also got to bring up Space Jam, right?
Yes.
Because, like Larry Bird, Barkley, all of those guys were in that. And now they've remade the second one. Have you watched the second one? And if so, what are your thoughts about that being remade?
I have watched the second one, and it was totally different from ours. And so I didn't want to kind of judge it in that way. I just looked at what LeBron did. and how he was able to really take on that role. I mean, it's very difficult to really, act and kind of perform, especially when the actual people were not there, because he had to deal with the Looney Tunes and that nature. And I think he did a great job. And I think it kind of brought Space Jam into this era. But for me, we saved the planet.
Yeah. So you're saying that your version was a little bit better, right?
No doubt.
Well, I'm gonna say, because I was in it, I'm gonna say yes. But I love what LeBron did. I think the kids really enjoyed this version of Space Jam. But I'm always gonna pick Al's. We was the original.
While we're talking MJ and we're talking LeBron, and I'm going to put you on a spot here. If you have a Mount Rushmore of NBA greats, who you got, Muggsy? Let's hear it, man.
Well, my Mount Rushmore, of course, it's going to be MJ at the helms of it. He at the top. And then, of course, I'm going to have Magic Johnson in there. I'm gonna put LeBron in there, because what LeBron has done, it's been remarkable. And we haven't witnessed anything like that. And, of course, I got to have Bill Russell, and my guy, the only one, is Wilt Chamberlain. So that's my Mount Rushmore.
I accept your answer,
Yeah.
Muggsy.
I want to talk to you a little bit about the Charlotte Hornets uniforms, right? They've got the best colors, the best schemes, and all of the NBA, the greatest ones when you were there, I think, the pinstripes. But they brought back these mint uniforms. Would you have liked to have worn those when you were playing?
I think I would like to have worn them, because back then we still were wearing a lot of colors, and it was back in that era. And I love that mint green. It really just stands out, especially with the court and the color and the shoes. It really just brings a new dimension of that court. So I hope they will keep it. I really hope they keep it, because it meant so much to the city, and also it got a lot of meaning behind it too.
Let's talk about your golf tournament one more time. Tell me some of the names you got in here, because rumor has it you have basically a Mount Rushmore of celebrities coming.
Well, I don't know what's the Mount Rushmore, but we got some great guys coming out. Of course, Steve Smith, NFL, great Panthers legend. Ron Harper, we're going to bring him in. We got Roman Harper. We got, we got Brandy Jackson, the former LPGA golfer, is going to join us as well. There's so many. I'm just the list is just so many of the guys that's on the list. I just can't remember them all. But we got a lot of guys that's coming out that's taking part of this great cause. Again, I'm very passionate about the kids, the young kids that I'm trying to reach, because I believe they need some assistance to going forward, and also relieve some of the pressure off their parents. And then with the families that's struggling, being able to provide basic necessities for them, and give them an opportunity to be stabilized, and also have an opportunity to become educated as well, to work with their job with goodwill, with their job training, trying to build their resume. So I'm just grateful to be in this position. Before we
let you go, last one. How many wins do the Hornets get this year?
I'm thinking we definitely going to be above 500. If everybody stays healthy, I could see us right at that 45.
Okay.
45.
Nice.
I'll look at it.
Yeah.
I'll go look at Vegas and see what their over-under is, and then we'll put the money where Muggsy says so. Muggsy, we appreciate you coming on Charlotte Sports Live, man. Enjoy your golf tournament. Everybody out there, it's a celebrity golf tournament via Muggsy Bogues. Charlotte at TPC Piper Glen, August 30th. Thanks, Muggs.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me.